Charles D'Angelo is our guest, who is a weight loss coach extraordinaire. Good morning, Charles D'Angelo.
Good morning. Good morning.
We had one of your former current clients on not too long ago.
Who's that?
Skyping with Senator McCaskill.
Excellent. Yes, she's doing quite well.
She's doing well. She talked about how you helped her lose all the weight, and that was a national story.
And keep it off.
And keep it off and doing well. And she talked about her struggle, and it's it's a constant battle. You're not you fall down, but you have to get right back up, but you sort of give people the tools to sort of help the never-ending battle of the bulge.
Well, the biggest thing I always say is it's a journey without a finish line. This is something that people have to work at all of their life. And I know I've been there. I was 360 pounds a decade ago. So I know what it feels like to be alone, to feel isolated, to feel that you're stuck in a place you don't know how to get out of it. And the first thing a person has to do is learn how to disconnect from that spontaneity that they find themselves caught up in, where they're eating out of emotion, they're not really giving much thought to their habits, and really they're not giving much thought to how their habits are going to impact them into the future.
Not only that, you know what I am? I'm a stress eater. And
most people are.
I know a lot of people. It's stress. I'm stressed. You know what? Give me a bagel. Yeah, well, give me 4 burgers.
I mean, you also have ARCA, that's a sponsor of your show, that helps people deal with more chemical addictions. And what I find is people use food in the same way they use a drug, and that is to distract themselves, to numb themselves, to keep them from dealing with the issues that are really bothering them. So what you have to come to terms with is, what are you going to replace that drug with? I always say you don't want to break habits. You want to replace them with more effective and better ones. So what you have to do is come up with a system so you're not hungry, so that you don't find yourself making yourself vulnerable to being in the kitchen looking for something to eat that you don't want, or to taking off from the gym because you're just too busy. We all have the same amount of hours in the day, but what we decide to do with those hours is what makes a difference in the quality of our lives. Your book, Think and Grow Thin, is out. Absolutely. Bookstores everywhere, Amazon.com, getting great results. So much so that a woman heard you on the radio, heard this segment. Heard this station, sure. And take the story from there. Yeah, there's a young lady named Janice Skaggs. In fact, Andrew has a picture that he might throw it up. She lost 175 pounds by following the program that I outlined in my book, Think and Grow Thin. She never met you. Never met me, but here's the real interesting part. And this is really why I come on the show and why I am so motivated to try to inspire as many people as I possibly can. She was diagnosed with endometrial cancer, and she was recently featured in the Post-Dispatch. People can look her up at stltoday.com and read her entire story. But she was diagnosed with cancer, and her doctor attributed the cancer to her obesity. So many of the lifestyle illnesses that people face today, hypertension, diabetes, are truly reversible. In fact, 90% of type 2 diabetes cases are eliminable, meaning you can get rid of them completely. You don't need the medication. Your doctor can eliminate all of that if you'll take control of your habits. So she was able to lose 75 pounds since this past June. And if she could do that. So it's been a year now. Yes, now, a year. Today, June 5th, yes. Right. So it's coming up on a year, 175 pounds in that amount of time. And she's not the only one. The ones that I coach personally, like you and others, they lose 50, 60, 70. Some people just want to lose 20, 25 pounds. I work with people from the national political level, as well as people that are stay-at-home moms, teenagers, kids. Anyone can do it, but you've got to step up. You got to take responsibility for your life and make the decision that you're going to make it the way you want it. Of all the stories I've heard you tell me, that is unbelievable. The woman never met you, only from your book. Well, what's really interesting is I just came over from St. Louis Bread right outside of the studios here, and I was grabbing a soda, and as I was leaving, a woman called out my name, and I went up to the table, and she said she's down 17 pounds. Since, I don't know, it's been 4 or 5 weeks, she said, because one of my clients she witnessed who had a transformation working with me recommended my book. So there's no doubt that you need the right strategy. But the strategies are out there. The diet books are out there. What's different about my approach and what's different about the way I help people is I help people recondition their mindset so they're able to really disconnect from that emotional eating that you fell prey to and so many others do as well. Yeah, no, it's really has we've been together 3 years, over 3 years? Over 3 years, yes. Over 3 years. And I tell you what, it's, I had my shake this morning, that shake has changed my life, really. Well, that's the thing people need to know. It's all real food. I know you always mention protein shakes, but when I have people follow a food plan, it's not that they're buying shakes from me or anything. You're eating real food. Right. A protein shake is something some people do because it's something that tastes good, it's convenient, it's easy, it's accessible. But the biggest thing is really learn how to get your mindset in check. Because without that, I always say that third leg of the stool, you have healthy exercise, a good food plan, but without the right mindset, you're unable to stay consistent. And consistency is key. What you do repeatedly is what makes a difference.
Before I met you, I ate terribly and never appreciated food. I meet you, I eat much better. Even when I'm going bad, I eat much better.
More frequently, more food, and higher quality food.
And I appreciate food much more.
Yes, when you do have those things,
you actually enjoy it more.
When you do have the foods that aren't part of your regular plan, you actually have an appreciation for them, as well as a healthy respect for what they do on your body.
Right.
When you have something that's unhealthy, that's fried, or if you have an alcoholic drink, you realize the ramifications it has on your body. You have that, and then you also see how your body actually swells up.
Yeah.
And you actually retain water. So you actually see the physiological changes that come about when you don't nourish your body the way you need to.
Charles, how do people get a hold of you?
Best way is go to the website, charlesdangelo.com. I do still take clients. You can call my office at 314-495-3228. But the website, charlesdangelo.com, has all sorts of inspirational videos, all sorts of articles that I've written, and all sorts of material you can look at and get inspired by.
That's Charles D'Angelo. Charles, have a good week. Thanks,
you
buddy.
too.
All right, good. You want to arm wrestle one of these days? No, I don't want to arm wrestle. It is 9 o'clock, KTRS St. Louis and STLtoday.com.